Hello, myself Sunil Ramakrishnan. This is 136th number ongoing. And before this, basically, which part we were discussing, that was not 200, that was 135th number. What this is 136th number. And this is Formula Word 136th number ongoing. So basically, we are discussing about the Bollywood industry, and in this Bollywood industry, they are telling that we have created software industry, and in this basically, I was taking the example of the Amazon. So Amazon says that we have created lots of road maps. Basically, you can say it's a virtual road maps that if 200 we have 200 of, I'm taking example of India Internet. Basically, you can say India Internet basically assume that there are 200 service provider who are telling that we are servicing the internet, and we are basically into the internet market, and we are having the each and every roadmaps which is telling that at this roadmap basically we can pass this data, at this roadmap basically we can pass this data. So like this basically they have the internet gas pipeline. I have just taken this name as an internet gas pipeline, and this internet gas pipeline access basically the each and every internet websites providers they are having. So they are telling that the AWS Amazon groups basically is telling that we have um, created this many roads, and from this road only basically our data are going to be sent. So like this if at this time period basically if the shopping website access reached to 20 crore, uh, and in 20 crore basically the 15 crore people are basically accessing the AWS services in the websites, basically in the shopping websites, then basically you can access this road. Like this assume that for shopping websites only special roads basically there are around 200 road maps are created by the Amazon group. So in these 200 road maps only basically you are going to send this data. So like this whatever things basically that are going to be used, for example, there are 20 crore people, right? So 20 crore people are not going to access at one time, right? So for certain time period only they are going to access the websites. So like that basically each and every roadmaps are created when the people are going to access these websites. Like this each and every studies has done by the Amazon group, and according to that the group basically they have created the roadmaps, basically you can say. And now basically we were talking about the Bollywood industry, basically you can say how Bollywood industry is telling that we have to keep track of each and everything, because Bollywood group says that our task is whatever things which is not visible to the public, that is basically internet gas pipeline. It's not visible to the public, right? And but nobody basically might be knowing this, that is, there is one called like internet gas pipeline. I have just taken this as a name, as an example, that there is one like internet gas pipeline which is created by certain groups basically, and that is connected with the satellites. So like this there are many roadmaps created. At this time basically it's traffic time, at this time it's not a traffic time. Like this each and everything's are created. And traffic jam means basically you can say people are having the control, the peoples are controlled by the companies. At this time basically you are going to do this task, this time you are going to do that task. So like that personal tasks basically are going to be done by at certain time period only. So that each and every things are controlled by the certain groups basically you can say. So like this Amazon has told that Amazon is telling that we have created 500 roadmaps. So according to 500 roadmaps we are sending the data to the certain public, certain groups basically you can say. So now one person told that basically how basically this is each and every things are working, how basically actor is going to this city, and how actor is telling that we are getting controlled by the directors, by the producer, by the this, by that, like this, how basically things are going. Then this topic reached to like this, there is one we are talking about the software industry only, and the software industries are controlled by the certain groups and certain people and the certain money holder people. That also you can say. So like this AWS we are talking about. Now we are going to talk about the AWS, sorry, Amazon. Amazon, because Amazon has created AWS, right? So like this, the we have reached into the computer blood cells. Computer blood cells is what? Computer blood cells basically you can say it's controlled by the certain groups that controls your body. That also you can say. So like this, Amazon is having its own blood cells. That is basically you can say Amazon energy. Basically you can say Amazon blood cells. You can say. So like this, Amazon is telling that to create one blood cells, it's very tough task. It's not an easy task. Is it easy task? No, it's not an easy task. So Amazon told that for that basically we have created 500 cities. So just to create one AWS, so for just to create one Amazon blood cells, Amazon energies, we have created 500 cities. So 500 cities. That means to create one city itself, it takes more than 15 to 20 lakh crore rupees basically. You can say. So I'm just taking as an example 500 cities. It might be less also, it can be more also. So like this, 500 cities are created to just to create one Amazon blood cells. And what are the Amazon blood cells is contributing? That is the main thing. And here basically we are discussing about the Amazon energy, basically Amazon creation, and why Amazon is creating this all this. That also we are going to discuss. Then basically the topic has reached to Amazon power, up to what level Amazon power is having, up to what level the Amazon blood cells power is having. Amazon has access, Amazon is having this many power, and up to what level power Amazon is having. For example, Amazon, there are 300 crore people who is having Amazon blood cells inside their body. So up to what level Amazon can access the each and every person's body's data. So these all are basically into the picture. So like this, to create one blood cells, it requires oxygen power supply also. Without that, basically Amazon blood cells will not get activates. So to create and to activate, basically how basically the power supplies, how people are taking the oxygen power supply, that basically also everybody knows. And power supplies is basically the company basically who are supplying the each and every oxygen power supply to the 800 crore people. It's more than 800 crore people, right? So in India, it's around 200 crore. So in India, basically assume that there are 10 crore people who is having the Amazon blood cells. So 10 crore people control is having with Amazon. That also you can see. So Amazon is telling that we are sending the data, that this data has to send according to that the Amazon blood cells gets activated, and Amazon oxygen, basically you can say they are supplying the oxygen. That also you can say. So like this, 100 cities are created by the Amazon, and 100 from 100 cities only they are having the access of, they are collecting the oxygen power supply for the 20 crore people, which are just taking as an example, 20 crore people. So 20 crore people is having oxygen power supply from that 100 city. And how the 100 cities are collecting the power supply and the oxygen power supply, that basically power company and the energy companies and the nuclear power company who are collecting the data for the human bodies oxygen. Here basically we are talking about the Amazon service, Amazon power, Amazon energy. So like this, the topic has reached to the Amazon blood cells and the computer blood cells. Then one person told that without 100 city, you can't do the things. Then one person told that Bollywood, one of the Bollywood industry person told that um this topic is very deeply topic, and it's very deeply connected with the Earth planet. And the person told that it's connected with the Earth planet directly. The Amazon is directly connected with the Earth planet, you can say. Then but the person told that how basically you can say. Then one person of the Bollywood industry told that uh, uh, how many people knows that Earth planet is moving at this direction. Bollywood industry knows that each and every sector basically we will take. Software industry knows this. Yeah, because according to that only the each and every sectors are working. So Bollywood is working. Bollywood is one sector. They are working according to the Earth planet movement, and Earth planet is moving, and Earth planet is going to move at this direction. So this was the topic. Then the Bollywood industry is told that software industry is working under us. So whatever things we are going to do and whatever things we are going to tell, and according to whatever user stories Bollywood industry has created for the each and every software country, software companies, software not software countries. I'm talking software company. So, like these software companies are handled by the Bollywood industry and by the certain producers and the certain directors and the certain writers. That also you can say. So, each and every big software companies are controlled by the certain groups. That also basically we can say. So, Bollywood told that our planet is going to move at this direction and it's going to take turn at the right side after 5 to 6 years. So this was the user story and this was the requirement given by the universe group, given by the one satellites to the certain groups who are handling the Earth planet. So this was the requirement. This just see it's just only one line. The Earth planet is going to move at this direction, this right side, at this direction after 5 to 6 years. So this was the just the requirement. So according to this requirement, the studies happened, that lots of things has created, lots of things happened, and lots of user stories created, lots of sectors has created also. Just see basically Bollywood industry got created, Bollywood industry created software industry like Amazon, one software company, they told that we have created 100 cities because our planet is going to move at right side after 4 to 5 to 6 years. For that, basically, Amazon is telling that software industry is telling that Amazon is a part of the software industry, so they have done the contribution. So like this, Bollywood is telling that Bollywood have basically one blood cells, Bollywood blood cells. Inside these blood cells, basically we can say it's a software blood cells. So like this, the soft Bollywood group says we have created more than 1,000 cities. So like this, the creation is happening. You can say. So our planet is going to move at right side after 5 to 6 years. This was just the requirement given by the universe group, by the satellites group, and the satellite groups are telling that we are moving the Earth planet and nothing basically happens automatically. So our planet is moving at this direction, at this speed, at this fluctuation, at this time, and moving at this direction. It's not happening automatically, right? This happens. This is basically controlled, and this is controlled by the satellite. Here, basically, we are just taking as an example of one satellite. So the one satellites group basically has told that we are having the requirement and we know that after 5 to 6 years our planet is going to move to this direction at this right side, and we are having the data of that movement. So the Earth planet is telling that Earth planet satellites groups are telling that Earth planet is required certain energies, and that energy basically we are having the data of that energy, and that energy is going to push and going to move Earth planet at right direction at this time, and the time is after 5 to 6 years. So this was just the requirement, and the requirement was shared by the all the sectors basically. You can say Bollywood sector, software industry, industries, iron industry, the steel industry, construction industry, the water industry, the food industry, the retail industry, the each and every sectors, energies industry, oxygen power supply, the blood cells industry, the God basically areas, temples basically that are. So each and every sectors basically you can say um, they got the information that after 5 to 6 years our planet is going to move at the right direction. So according to this, just from the small requirements, the things has to create, and the satellites is telling that this is the energy which is going to push Earth planet after 5 to 6 years, and this will be the set of energy which is going to push Earth planet and which is going to push Earth planet at this speed, at this weight. Earth planet is going to move to this direction. So we are having the data, and we are having the satellites. We are have created the satellites that this satellite is going to push our planet at certain time. So this was just the requirement, and according to the requirement, like this basically this was requirement given by for the 4 5 to 6 years. So currently our planet is moving. So this requirement was also given for 5 to 6 years before. That also you can say. So like this, how many back requirement has taken, that basically the software industry has to study, and the data is required, that also you can say. So the thing is our planet is moving to this direction at this time, and after 5 to 6 years our planet is going to move at right side. So this was just the requirement, and according to the requirement, the each and every sector which is created by certain groups. Bollywood industry, that is one sector. Software industry, that is one sector. So according to the requirement, according to the need which was raised, how basically software industry requirement got raised, because people are telling that we the manual work which is ongoing, that is taking too much of time. For example, there is one paper has to print 100 times. So you, when the manual work was happening, the handwritten, that time basically the 100 times you have to write the thing. But nowadays the computer are there, the Word is there, WordPress is there, then lots of tools are there which are telling that we have written one time the one page, that you can print 100 times. So like this the computer requirement came into picture, computer needs basically was created. Like this lots of sectors are basically created. Like this uh, Amazon is telling that we have created 100 cities, and then one person told that how basically Amazon blood cells basically got generated in the human body without consuming anything. How how Amazon basically has numbed his blood cells into 20 crore people of the India. Just 20 crore is taken just an example. Then the one of the person told that Amazon has created lots of human needs from these 100 cities energies. So human needs basically contains fruits, oils, petrols, and lots of foods are there, lots of construction materials are there, lots of medicines are there. If you are creating any foods, and or if you are creating any human needs, that basically is 100% going to generate some negative energy also. So for that basically medicines are created. So lots of research has happened basically, that also you can say. Like this Amazon is telling that we have created lots of things. Like this basically blood cells are getting controlled by the Amazon industry, Amazon power groups basically you can say. So Amazon is telling that like this we have created 100 crore, 100 cities, and to create one city it takes minimum 15 to 20 crore rupees. Minimum basically I'm taking, because each and every city's creation basically power supply has to be done, energy supply has to be done. So like this lots of things are there. So here basically we are stopping it, and this is basically a formula word number 136 and 137. We are going to discuss a little bit more about the Bollywood industry and how Bollywood industries are telling that we have created the software industry.